Ho, ho, ho. Spooky. Smoke.
What's up? We're live. What's going on, Singe?
Nice. We're alive.
We are back. It feels good to be here.
We're not dead.
We're not dead.
Can we die? I don't think we can even die really anymore.
You don't think so?
Well, like we die and then like we wake up and sneak. Wow, I almost died, but no, you. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little glary today. What can I do? It's sunny out.
Can I eat on this live stream?
You can do whatever you want on the live stream. It's your stream. All right, here we go. So you can do whatever you want here. We're not gonna, I'm not gonna make any rules for you. Erin James, Jellyheads here, RT, Tangents, which is also Lyceum. How you doing? I'm here. Michelle L, my girl.
I feel 25 or 26.
We got 10 people here. We're building up.
What's up with that?
Teenage D, DJ.
I feel so young.
The man, the myth, the legend, CFM, Sue Finelli, Sean Gaudreau, Sean Gaudreau.
Yes, I'm not the only one that
mispronounces his name. That. How do you pronounce it? Gaudreau? Yes. Which one? All right. Well,
Gaudreau. No, they told me before. Let's see. Tell me.
Genie's here. All right. We got them. Everybody's coming in.
Jellyhead. Hey, Jellyhead.
Yeah.
So, hello, everybody. Our Truth Warriors.
Truth Friends, Truth Family. We got a lot of new people from the civil rights community in here now too, which is going to be great. A lot of new subs. I got over 60 subs, new subs, all from civil rights. So we're gonna do a variety of teachings here today. So, first of all, Singe Man has some stuff that he wants to get into, which I have already ready. Right, Singe? All right. So, what's this China hologram thing? What's this all about, Singe?
Yeah, who knows? Okay, first of all of this take with a grain of salt, right? But we've all seen weird stuff. And I looked at a couple places and I saw this China one from different cell phones. So apparently they got some hologram stuff that shoots up in the sky.
So it could. All right, I see it. So it could be Blue Beam, right? It could be Operation Blue Beam.
The joke is that they're testing out their version of Blue Beam. That's the jokes I saw in comment.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think it is.
And I'm just like,
Project Blue Beam.
yeah, you won't be joking about it if they really start doing it.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Here it is. Can you see it? Can you see it, Singe?
Yeah, you can zoom in though.
Can you hear it? What is this? A short? So what? This is supposedly just in the sky. Yeah.
Can you zoom in at all?
No.
No,
okay. Not at all. I don't know why.
Chat's probably already seen it.
There's probably a way to do it, but all right. So that's pretty strange. All right. So what else we got? Moving right along here. Sky Shimmer, right? Sky Shimmer. That's the next one. All right, let's check it out. Is this gonna work?
I've seen stuff like this, but not as bright.
Oh, this is the same one. Hold on, what happened? What happened with that? Did you send me the same link twice? Oh no, here it is. All right. This must be it. Strange. Yeah, this is it. Sorry, amateur hour.
This is from a small channel with barely any subs. No reason for them to lie. This is what they saw.
Yeah, it almost looks like I don't know. It's something heavenly, I think. All right, so that was cool. That was cool. Definitely cool. Cool stuff. Great stuff. All right. So let me get out of that one. What do we got next? Light rays in the wrong area.
Highly interesting. I've seen many of these videos. This one is like just a regular guy. Or what's that?
From off-grid desert farming with Paul and Adrian. So I wanted to make another video showing you. This is about 6:30 at night here in Arizona, and this is the eastern part of the sky where the sun's supposed to come up, but the sun is setting, folks, and you can see there's light rays right here on the horizon that are shooting up from the ground. It's very, very bright right over here on the left part, and over here you can see. I hope that this shows up on the video when it uploads, but I wanted to catch this on camera because it's very, very wild looking, because the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So let me show you the sunset, folks. This is the sunset over here. This is the sunset on August the 15th, 2022. Sun is setting over here behind the house. And this is right here. This is the east. And we have visible light rays, which is I can see it really, really good right here on the left, over here, shooting up from the ground, especially right here. You can see that right there. So anyway, I just wanted to get this on film. God bless you. Remember, Jesus Christ is coming back soon. Don't be caught dead without him. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. This is
so
Paul
he said
from
Jesus Christ is coming back
farming
soon,
with
right?
Paul and Adrian. So I wanted to make another video showing you.
Singe, right? And some people think that Jesus Christ already came back, right? Isn't that true? Like, I don't know. I heard.
Yeah, no one knows.
Have you heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
Some people think that it's already happened and we're already past all that. And some people think we're in the wrong spot. I don't know. I was talking to Jenny about it. She knows about it. All right, what do we got here? Driver, 22 years, noticed what?
So yeah, I had a truck driver send me this because he noticed. See, I didn't notice. Somebody told me, actually several of my friends have told me now. And yeah, I have video of it. Obviously casting 2 shadows per vehicle, front and back. He was like, "What the fuck, dude? I'm seeing 2 fucking shadows while I'm going down the road every day." And I said, "Can you get a video of it?" This is what? A truck driver. See his truck? Fucking a truck driver that I don't even really know, dude. He's taking pictures of this. Notice the street lights aren't on, and the sun is not directly overhead like in your video, like I very specifically said. Wait until later in the afternoon. You're going to see 2 shadows. One of them's pointing at the sun. Jackass. How many times you going to fucking tell me I don't have something and I bring it to you and you keep going?
This is an answer video to somebody. Yeah, obviously a troll.
Big.
He cusses a lot, so check it. Yes, freeze right there.
Obviously,
We don't need to watch it. Just freeze it on those shadows.
an awful lot of people asking questions. Why the fuck?
I wish you would pan it more to the left and right and show us the sun and then the shadows.
They say there should be 2 shadows. Surely there should be 3. But
Just keep your eye open. We're going to see it ourselves and be able to film it ourselves.
This is pretty crazy, Singe. Like, unless he's like in a spot where the sun is like.
one sun in the sky.
Oh, hold on. I skipped over it.
Big.
All right.
See, he right there. He was showing the other guy's video, saying, "No, there's only 1 shadow, but you got to wait until later in the day."
There's an
Seems-
awful lot of people asking questions. Why the fuck is there 2 shadows? Jackass.
3 suns in the sky. Why did they say there should
All
be
right,
3?
bring on Nibiru or whatever.
The reason for that is there's only 1 sun in the sky. If there was a red giant in the sky, it would be red.
Lee,
Because you can see red
You're out there at noon, dude, doing exactly what I said wouldn't work. I said you got to wait until later afternoon. And if you're heading north and south, you're going to see shadows pointing at the sun and a normal shadow. Kind of like what other people are pointing out to me. Okay? This is other people's shit. I don't drive a truck, jackass. Other people are noticing this, Lee. You have to be right all the
He's a
time.
sailor.
You have to
Give
chase
him a break.
and
Swears like a sailor.
about everything I say, dude. Look, visual proof.
proven
Maritime law. We're all sailors,
anyone could do this.
apparently.
And gaslight is beyond comprehension.
It is beyond comprehension.
That was cool, right?
Isn't
So we got to keep our eye open so we can all get some
Yeah, stop paying attention.
personal
to
videos.
Stop paying
That's
attention
all.
to the shadows.
Yeah, let's look at shadows and suns, and sometimes film it and then bring it back and look at your computer, run it through a filter. You might see something too.
the object.
Yep.
Let's start doing it. I'm going to start
Well,
doing it.
Well, that's why I hired you, Singe.
Says there's one
Thank you, thank you.
So
I
don't
need
have
to get a
watch-
camera next,
You're
maybe
my-
next
you're-
month.
You're my photo analysis
Obviously.
specialist.
I have to have a camera before. Yeah, I'll have to get one next month.
What do you need?
Er-
Yeah, I need
Video.
listen. I need a camera and a
shadows.
tripod.
I'm not a lying
Some
artist.
shit. I need some
I've
kind
got
of system.
videos with
I need a
2
better
shadows.
system than what I got.
It's easy to prove that's what they say. It's the same.
It is easy to prove a narc. You're a narc, dude.
Narcissist is what you mean when you said that.
Yes, you are.
He says, don't question. Well, I think somebody should ask you.
Okay, you don't have to watch the rest of the video. He's
Look,
angry.
No, I
Do what
see
you
We
what
just
fucking
need to watch the
I
first
see
part.
what it- all right, I see what it's showing. I get you. Okay. All right, so coming back to switching gears.
Lee, you've also said the very
I
same
tried to find the original video of that, but
I know what
nowhere.
you're talking about. Yeah, they're like.
So that's the one I found. We're gonna keep
Two
finding more
Those 2 dudes are like having a debate, right? Hold on, let me switch the background. I can't take.
Well,
I can't take the blink.
debates. Are more civilized, I think.
All right, so all right, so lately, if you guys have been watching, if you guys have been watching my channel at all, right? You guys have probably seen how well, the things I've been doing, right? I've been doing civil rights activism. I've been fighting for the children, right? But a lot of it is involved with politics. And, you know, I'm not into politics. You know what I mean? I'm not a politician. I'm not Republican, Democrat, none of that shit. You know, I don't pay attention to politics, right? But there's this group called We the People MA, We the People of MA, Massachusetts, and they're fighting for the children. You know what I mean? I can't really say too much on the stream because I don't want it to get flagged, but you know, it's all in the community section of my channel. You can check them out. There's a bunch of information, a bunch of videos I put up. It's a good organization. All right. So, you know, I've been noticing a lot of, you know, with the police and the court systems and everything, in the school even, and all these new rules, I've been noticing a lot of Freemasonry going on. Like, you know, like on my own, like I've been noticing the Freemasonry. Hold on, I'm going to take this background off because I don't like the way it keeps making me glitch out. Hold on one sec. All right. See you later, virtual background. Not today. It's too bright out. All right. There you guys go. All right. So that's a little better, I think. So, yeah. So, hey, what's up, Mojo Shop? How you doing, man? New Hampshire guy. So I figured, like, I'm just going to play some Freemason stuff today because I just want people, because people don't really understand about them. So I'm going to play a quick song and then we're going to get into it, all right? Cool. We're going to get into some Freemasonry, exposing the Freemasons because they're taking over. It's getting blatant. It's getting out of control.
Yeah.
You can see
I got to fix that. Sorry, I got to fix that GIF, that flashing thing. We'll do that right now.
It's gone. You can fix it right now if you want. All right. I'm gonna play a song and then we'll be right back. I gotta
give me like 15, 20 minutes. I'll pass it.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. I'm playing a documentary. You're fine. You're good now. You did your presentation. You're good. You can do whatever you want. All right. Thank you, Singe. All right. Come and go as you please. All right, here we go, guys. I'm play a song and then we're gonna get into some Freemason stuff. I gotta make a coffee. I gotta get my shit together. So give me a minute.
To Hiram a bit.
All wise is the owl who can see in the dark. All rise for the lessons of the evening to start. All seeing is the being who created the spark. Man knows he knows nothing if the man is smart. Star charts, technology is silly to those who know real space travel only happens with souls. Molecules and energy disassemble and flows. With space bends and distorts, we are UFOs. King Hiram, master of all builders. Step through 2 pillars, stalked by 3 killers. Buried inside a village, but wait, I'm not finished. Risen from the grave as a holographic image. Let's have a conversation about the constellations, about sound and light and matter and vibrations. The mathematics needed just for your genetic sequence. Why humans are distracted studying devils and demons. I need more than 33, I'm 360. I need more than religious scriptures can give me. I'm in a chamber of reflection, getting busy, chanting and meditating till I'm dizzy. Memento mori, in the story, I told you I'm grand leveler. You never catch a grip or a token if you're a regular. You suckers had it twisted since the Morgan affair. I'm horseback attacking haters with a sword in the air. Sorta rare, but you can sorta compare me to Brother Manly. I got poets and scholars and pharaohs in my family. People trying to decipher and try to code me. Fans constantly quoting me, brothers saying so mote it be.
I'm from your ancient future. Legend of the 3rd degree, God, Hiram the best. Burn the seas like degrees of Mason. Because your faith. Legend of the 3rd degree, God, Hiram the best. I'm from your ancient future. Legend of the 3rd degree, God, Hiram the best. I'm Master Mason when I'm building my pyramid. Legend of the 3rd degree, God, Hiram the best.
equipped, hovered above in 3 ships, large enough to eclipse the sun. The widow, the Virgin Mother Mary, a sprig of acacia found inside a cemetery. Let's talk of hieroglyphics, not the pseudoscientific. The phony spirit healers or a reading by a mystic. The snake oil sellers or some fabricated cleric who speak of all religion to exploit the esoteric. The crystal rubber, card reader, Ouija board controller, the spellcaster, cult leader, or some holy roller. The soul sucker, vampire feeding off your energy, and people still believe in some imaginary enemy. I never look to the skies to say a prayer. There's no mystical wizard who's up there. Everything that ever was is everywhere. So let's light the 3 candles for this black tie affair. Stargating, we all are stargazing. Heart starts racing like studying Carl Sagan. Standing in formation, chanting the oration. Tell the mortals there will be no teleportation. Deep in dark woods, down the creepiest roads. Different symbols, letters, and numbers, you can see them decode. In the creepiest robes, bunch of people we loathe. I don't fuck with the shit they do in that Bohemian Grove.
I'm from your ancient future. Legend of the third degree, God, Hiram Abyss. Burn of seas like degrees of Mason. Because your faith, legend of the third degree, God, Hiram Abyss. I'm from your ancient future. Legend of the third degree, God, Hiram Abyss. A master mason when I'm building my pyramid. Legend of the third degree, God, Hiram Abyss.
Mr. Super, can you hear me? Mr. Super Sidewinder. Enoch says there are 4 cycles of 90 days, plus 4 days. That's 360 plus 4, 364. Where did this 365? Good question. Good question, Super Sidewinder. I don't know, but that's something to look into. So today we're just gonna get, what's up, Trisha C? Welcome. Okay, so no, it's not really a flat Earth stream. Yeah, I mean, I'm a flat earther. I'm a flat earther, but this is not a flat Earth stream. This is a free. I'm gonna expose some Freemasonry here because I'm getting into the civil rights movement more because the politicians are firing up again. Because it's politics time, and it's all Freemasonry. The whole thing, the politics. Politics. So a lot of people don't understand it. So it's time to I feel like it's my best thing to do right now is to expose it. So let me show you guys some. All right, let me show you guys some Freemason documentaries that my community made. Okay, and you guys can tell me what you guys think. Our community, but we have new people here from other communities now, guys. Just to let you guys know, we're huge. We're getting big. We have people from the civil rights community here. We have all kinds of new subs. So everybody, please be respectful of each other. Welcome the new people, okay? And go easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own drum drive you crazy.
ODD TV. Never sleep again.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Order out of chaos. What we are witnessing all across America.
Hold on one second. Let me fix this up a little bit for you guys. Because I got a screen behind me so I can see it. So let me do this. This will probably look better. All right.
America and the rest of the world right now is pure chaos. People are sitting in their homes right now, watching the news, or driving somewhere in their car with the mask on, listening to the news on the radio, and they're in a state of fear. They're angry. They're scared. They're everything the puppeteers want them to be. What we see going on is all completely orchestrated. This is an old trick used to gain more power. From Pearl Harbor to 9/11, history, or his story, is littered with instances of governments using alleged terrorist attacks to justify invasions or suspend civil liberties indefinitely. Order out of chaos, an occult motto of which the vast majority of the world have never heard before, is in fact the motto and creed of the 33rd degree of Freemasonry, a secret society of which almost
Order de Chaos or something. Order out of chaos. They have it written in another language. Yeah, there it is. Ordo ab chaos. That means order out of chaos. So what the Freemasons do is they create chaos to restore order. The Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. So they create the problem to get the solution that they want, and in the meantime, they create all kinds of chaos to get to where they want to get, and scare the shit out of all of the regular sheeple. The regular people, they call us sheep. That's why it's called herd immunity, because you need to be a sheep to believe it.
Almost all our political leaders, both past and present, are devout members, and if not, they still fall in line with the agenda. It doesn't matter. The trick of creating chaos and then seizing power under the pretense of putting things back in order is a tried and true method of deception and manipulation. It's also referred to as the Hegelian dialect, after the philosopher George Hegel, who wrote about its effectiveness. He described it as thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Others have described it as problem, reaction, solution. In that, firstly, you create the problem. Then secondly, you fan the flames to get a reaction. Then thirdly, you provide a solution. The solution that they wanted to achieve in the first place, but wouldn't have been able to achieve under normal circumstances. George Orwell described it as reality control. In his book 1984, he said, "The rocket bombs which fell daily on London were probably fired by the government of Oceania itself, just to keep the people frightened." The core values and beliefs of the financially elite, self-appointed overlords of the world, are on display all across our plane of existence for those with eyes to see. Besides Hollywood's blatant mind control techniques, their methods of subconscious brainwashing, and even their routine predictive programming, the satanic cabal have hidden their plans for humanity in plain sight in numerous different ways. The message is always clear and always consistent. It's a message that the established empire of evil live by. That message is order out of chaos.
Holistic, we
The
all
Great
love you.
Seal.
I love you, Holistic.
First thing you want to look at is the back of the
Holistic,
US
I
dollar
got music
bill.
coming.
Right
gonna
off
need you to
top,
make
you
me
see
some
the
more
Illuminati
videos.
all-seeing
You're
eye.
going to be very excited.
This is claimed to be the Eye of Providence, which translates to the Eye of God. But this is the Eye of Horus, or what I refer to as the Eye of Lucifer, the Lightbringer. Illuminati, enlightened ones. Lucifer, the light bearer. You can see how those go together. Above the eye is the phrase,
Listen, if anybody's causing trouble, boot them. We have a zero tolerance policy for trolls in trouble now. I'm even taking people's wrenches away. I'm at the point now where I'm not fucking around. All you people who have wrenches are my mods. The reason why I gave you wrenches is because I trust you. If somebody is fucking around, time them out. If they keep fucking around, boot them. Zero tolerance policy. Thank you.
Annuit coitus. The official translation as given by the U.S. State Department, U.S. Mint, and U.S. Treasury is "he has favored our undertakings." When they say he, they imply God, but not the God most people think. The God they're referring to is none other than the God of this world, according to the Bible. Satan, Lucifer. Call it what you want. Argue if it's real or not, but this is what they believe. And if they don't, They sure do a fantastic job at putting on extremely intricate and massive rituals all the time in his honor. From award shows
Since we're giving a rock award tonight, who wants to pray to the devil with me? Dear Dark Lord Satan, hope everything's good with you. I'm doing fine myself. Just want to say hi and ask you to grant tonight's nominees continued success in the music industry.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
Listen, we're gonna have a lot of trolls showing up because we're targeted now because of what's been going on outside. Okay, we're being targeted. Okay, by the government, by the CIA. The CIA is trying to kill us. The government's trying to stop us. We're gonna have a lot of trolls now. My people with the wrenches, thank you.
Olympic opening ceremonies, to Super Bowl halftime
I love you too,
shows.
Trisha C. I really do. I love you.
And music videos.
You see the one eye symbology? Why are they all covering their one eye? Oh, they all just decided to make that one pose. What is it? A famous pose? Look, this one right here has
Even random
33.
events like the time they opened the world's longest tunnel in Switzerland called the Goddard Base Tunnel.
Hey, what's up, Sarah? How you doing? Miss Mayes? Miss Mayes? I remember your real name, Sarah. When you coming back? When you gonna make your channel back up again? When you gonna come on Late Night Live with your boyfriend again and build your channel back up? I'll help you. Let's do it.
So they're constantly paying homage to this god, and that includes the Great Seal artwork on the back of the most circulated currency in the world. On the bottom of the pyramid, you see the Roman numerals for 1776. This is the year the Bavarian Illuminati was founded. The Bavarian Illuminati champions an owl for its main symbol because owls are extremely vigilant and can see in the dark. They represent knowledge, wisdom, perspicacity, and erudition. Hidden on the front of the dollar bill is a little owl tucked into the top right corner. If you flip it upside down, it looks like a skull and crossbones.
All right, let me ask you guys a question. How many people of you knew about the little owl on the dollar bill? Everybody, right? You got everybody. That's pretty much known knowledge. They tell us that, right? But it stands for Minerva. It's Minerva, the god Minerva is the owl. And because the Freemasons like the owl, because the owl is one of the only animals that can see at night, and it's very wise. See at night, you know, they're enlightened, you know. But I never knew that it was an upside down skull and bones. That is a fucking trip. Okay? That's some good information right there.
Highly unlikely to be a coincidence, being that Satanists and Luciferians thrive on inversion.
So the art of inversion, the art of doing things backwards. The Satanists follow Aleister Crowley. He wrote a book called like "Do as Thou Wilt," do as I want, something like that, some satanic shit. And he said you must learn how to eat backwards, talk backwards, do everything backwards, walk backwards. That's why you see Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk, right? He learned how to, you know, all these people are in on it. You know what I'm saying? They speak in tongues in those movies, you know, those like horror movies, because it's all Satanism. I bet you if you flip it the other way around, it'll probably sound like words. You play the November Rain video backwards. I'll show you guys. It's a satanic baptism. A satanic resurrection. That's what the Guns N' Roses November Rain video. If you play it backwards, it's a satanic resurrection.
At the very bottom of the Great Seal is the phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means New Order of the Ages. In other words, New World Order.
New World Order. New World Order. New World Order. New World Order. A New World Order. New World Order. New World Order.
New World Order.
And that Great Seal of the United States has on it Novus Order Seclorum, a new order for the centuries, for the ages, forever.
Which really isn't new at all. We've been living under this New World Order for centuries. When America was founded, or taken over, it was called the New
Founded,
World.
that means they found it.
Now, on the obverse of the Great Seal is what's believed to be an American eagle, but the fact of the matter is that it's a phoenix.
Boom, baby. It ain't
In
an
the
eagle
book,
at all.
The Secret Teachings of All Ages by 33rd degree Freemason Manly P. Hall, it states, "The hand of the mysteries controlled in the establishment of the new government, for the signature of the mysteries may still be seen on the Great Seal of the United States of America."
Why? What did I do?
Careful analysis of the seal discloses a mass of occult and Masonic symbols.
Holy tits! What did I do? What did I do, Sarah? What did I do, Sarah? Is somebody fucking around? What's going on? We got a lot of trolls showing up. I'm telling you, we're gonna get trolled. We're gonna get fucked with. It's gonna be so bad now. Things have changed in the past in about a week or so. But I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep going on and on and on.
Chief among them, the so-called American Eagle. Only the student of symbolism can see through the subterfuge.
This is just the beginning of the stream. You know, I go for about 8 or 9 hours, right? You know, I have a whole bunch of. I'm just gonna drill. You know how that person was in here earlier and said something like, everyone just talks now and nothing's proven. Oh, I'm gonna prove it. I'm going to prove this to you. Okay. By the end of this stream, you will be convinced of this. All right. I'm not fucking around today.
And realize that the American eagle upon the Great Seal is but a conventionalized phoenix. When you zoom in real close on the eye of the bird, it's very reptilian-like. Normally the eyes of birds contained round pupils. I only mention this because every line, every detail on the Great Seal was well thought out, and there weren't any accidents. Anyway, on the ribbon being held by the beak of the phoenix is the phrase E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. And this is my main reason for bringing up the dollar bill in the first place. The Latin phrase goes hand in hand with the Masonic term order out of chaos. Currently, in the New World Order in which we find ourselves trying to survive, there are many countries, many governments, many corporations, many currencies, many religions,
Wow, that's
many ways of life.
Amazing.
Out of all these great many things, the ultimate goal of the New World Order is to arrive at one single replacement for each. They want one single government for the entire world to take the place of the many governments we have now. One single currency for the whole world to use in the buying and selling of goods. One single religious belief system for all of humanity to adhere to, etc. And for all these singular entities, a one world leader to direct them. The way that these one world institutions will be achieved is through chaos. And since there isn't much chaos on Earth, as the mainstream would have you believe, This chaos is orchestrated by those that wish to see this one world authority come to fruition. All the more reason for the phoenix to be symbolized on the seal. Legends of the mythical creature say it dies in a show of flames and combustion and is reborn from its ashes. The idea is emblematic of the desired outcome of those that rule from the shadows. They want to take the
I
world
hope you're
down
feeling better
in a
too,
show of
Christian.
flames and have it be reborn as the one world order. The ones engineering this plot love putting the truth in plain sight for all to see. The back of the dollar bill is just the beginning, but still important to understand, being that it represents the main objective of the occult elite. Georgia Guidestones.
The Georgia Guidestones are gone
The
now.
Guidestones are a granite
an old video.
monument that was unveiled on March 22nd, 1980 in Elbert County, Georgia. That date would suggest that the secret society Skull and Bones played a role in the creation of the stones. Researchers believe the secret society, the Rosicrucians, are behind these stones because the commissioner's name, or at least the pseudonym that he gave the company to make the stones, is R.C. Christian, which is very similar to Rosie Cross Christian, Rosicrucian. 10 guidelines are engraved on the stones in 8 different languages: English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. Due to its highly disturbing nature, number 1 is most often the focus of the 10 guidelines. It says, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. What makes this so unsettling is that in order to have 500 million or less people, there would need to be at least a 90% reduction in the current world population. With our fluoridated water supply, chemically contaminated air due to chemtrails, prescription medication, vaccines, and most of the food and drinks you find in the majority of grocery stores being on par with poison, it's pretty clear that depopulation is on the to-do list. This monument also serves as a compass, a calendar, and a clock. A slot on the center pillar allows one to see the sunrise on the horizon during an equinox or a solstice. Another hole drilled into a different spot on the same pillar will always provide a view of the North Star on a clear night. And a small hole in the capstone serves as a sundial. At noon every day, a reading of where the sunbeam hits the center column allows one to
Good call,
pinpoint
Miss
the
Maeve.
exact day of the
I
year.
was thinking that too.
There's also a spot on the flagstone that says something about a time capsule, but neither the date for planting the time capsule or when to dig it up is filled out, so no one knows if anything is even under there. This project was extremely well planned and seems to serve as a form of lesser magic, predictive programming. These stones are putting off a powerful force into the collective consciousness of humanity. On one hand, we know it's there and really don't want it to come true. But on the other hand, because we know it's there and we give thought to it, the likelihood of it becoming a reality increases. At least that's the idea behind it. But again, anyone with 2 brain cells to bang together can see the deliberate attack on human health. Can people be healthy? Yes. Is it hard? Not really. But society is heavily engineered, and everybody is subjected to constant mental conditioning. People live unhealthy lifestyles and are generally victims of allopathic medicine. Denver New World Airport. Denver International Airport, also called New World Airport because inside the atrium, known as the Great Hall, there's a Freemasonic capstone that says Denver New World Airport. Underneath the capstone is a time capsule, not to be opened until 2094. Everyone knows about the sinister-looking horse on the way into the airport. Some refer to him as Blucifer, and it's known for its creepy appearance and the fact that its creator, Luis Jimenez, died when a section of it fell on him at his studio while he was working on it. Seems odd that they'd still use the piece after retrieving his dead body from underneath it, but kind of appropriate being that it's eerily similar to the pale horse of the apocalypse. It is the fourth horse named Death in the book of Revelation in the Bible. Anyway, as you walk inside the airport, you're greeted by spooky-looking gargoyles sitting in suitcases. Conspiracies have surrounded this airport since it opened in 1995. Namely, the idea that it has a deep underground military base where top-secret projects and experiments take place. It would also serve as a fallout shelter for the elite if something cataclysmic were to happen. There's good reason to believe that this is true because the project was $2 billion over budget upon its completion. There's usually 4 murals inside the airport, but right now there's only 2. The murals tell a story of devastating events that lead to the creation of a one-world order. In the first part of the story, we see a Nazi-like military figure wearing a gas mask, and he's armed with a scimitar and an AK-47. The blade is swished through the air, leaving a rainbow chemtrail that's polluting the air while people below are suffering from toxicity and genocide. The blade is then jabbed into a white dove, which Christianity and the Bible describe as the symbol of peace and love. On the lower right, you see buildings reminiscent of the Twin Towers that have been destroyed. This mural is one of the 2 pieces that go together titled "The Children of the World Dream of Peace" and has been temporarily taken down for renovations. It was removed in 2018 and is due to return.
So this airport here, it's like there's one of the shadiest airports, most Freemasonic, like Illuminati friggin' airports in the world.
Turn in 2021. Same thing with the second part of the mural, where children of all nations hand over their weapons wrapped in their nation's flag to a German boy taking a hammer to the scimitar while the masked soldier from the previous mural lays dead in the foreground. This is an obvious reference to the One World Order and everything this video is about. An extremely chaotic event, bringing about a harmonious order. And why is the Nazi soldier wearing a gas mask? What is he protecting himself from? Chemical warfare? Germ warfare, perhaps? Moving on to the last 2 murals, this set is titled "In Peace and Harmony with Nature." The first of the 2 is set against a backdrop of horrific destruction and the extinction of various species, including whales and sea turtles. Only children are seen in the center sobbing over 3 open caskets. The left casket contains an African girl. A native girl is in the center casket, and a white Judeo-Christian girl on the right. This represents the end of different spiritual outlooks and different religions. In the second part of this set, we see children dancing in celebration as the one world religion begins, paying tribute to the illuminated lotus blossom in the center, while a Quetzalcoatl flies around above. Quetzalcoatl means feathered serpent and was a symbol of enlightenment to Mesoamerican culture. This is a slick way of adding a representation of Lucifer, not to mention that the mythos of this bird had heavy connections with the morning star, Venus. Notice the dance line begins and is directed by the Scottish Rite Freemason. Last but not least, the name of the mural, again, is "In Peace and Harmony with Nature." And what was the first guideline on the Georgia Guidestones? Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. This seems to be the order that it goes in. 1 and 2 depict chaotic events, and 3 and 4 depict order taking place after the chaos. I was recently at this airport with my lady, and we saw all sorts of posters everywhere that mock conspiracy theorists.
Under construction or underground tunnels. It's a trick question because it's a fucking whole underground city that they fucking got under there. Fuck them. They're lying.
They put these up while it's under construction.
It's actually underground cities in cities in cities stacked on top of each other like fucking, probably like fucking lasagna.
At one point, they even had a talking gargoyle that says, "Welcome to Illuminati headquarters."
That's a little too close for comfort, lady.
Oh, damn.
What, you never seen a talking gargoyle before? Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.
I don't know if it's still there or not, but strangely enough, I believe I was the first to dub this airport the headquarters of the Illuminati in my 2014 video, The Colorado Conspiracy, which I remade in 2016. You can still watch the remake on my channel.
Okay, so this is the Colorado airport that he's talking about.
Bank of America. Prominently displayed in the lobby of the Bank of America's corporate center in Charlotte, North Carolina, are 3 frescoes filled with occult symbols. Even more unsettling is the fact that those images seem to predict events of a radical world change in the not-so-distant future, and they bear a striking resemblance to the murals at the Denver New World Airport. In the first painting, we see a young blonde boy standing on a Masonic checkerboard floor. Notice he looks a lot like the boy in the Denver Airport mural, a little bit older here. He's standing in a Masonic pose. Notice his feet are at a 90-degree angle. There's a Masonic ritual from the handbook, Duncan's Ritual and Monitor of Freemasonry, that has the apprentice stand upright with his feet at a right angle. Here's a passage from the book. It's in the form of a question and answer. On your return to the lodge, where were you placed as the youngest entered apprentice? In the northeast corner, my feet forming a right angle, my body erect at the right hand of the worshipful master in the east, an upright man and mason, and it was given me strictly in charge ever to walk and act as such. Down the stairs below the boy are businessmen conversing and exchanging.
Okay, one thing that I know for a fact is the first thing you got to do to get into the Freemasons. If you go to their website, I'll show you. I'll go to it and I'll show you. The Freemason, the actual Freemason website. They have their own website. It's legit. It's their website. All right. It says the first thing to do is you have to do what they call the apprentice ritual. Okay. The apprentice ritual. That's the first ritual you need to do to get into the Freemasons if they want to let you in. Right. So think about it. The apprentice. Donald Trump had a show called The Apprentice, right? And he was like, "You're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired." You know what I'm saying? The Apprentice, right? And then he became president, and then they started this whole agenda, and then everybody lost their jobs. You don't think that's a little coincidental?
Exchanging ideas while pointing at the Masonic boy. The boy's left eye is covered by some sort of transparent red thing. Behind the boy, there's a man sitting next to a burning bush, which is a reference to the burning bush of the Old Testament. The burning bush is of great importance in Masonic ritual, especially for the 33rd degree, whose members are considered to be near the burning bush. In the book, The Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey, it says this: in the third Exodus, it is recorded that while Moses was keeping the flock of Jethro on Mount Horeb, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush, and there communicated to him for the first time his ineffable name. This occurrence is commemorated in the burning bush or the royal arc degree. In all systems of antiquity, fire is adopted as a symbol of deity, and the burning bush, or the bush filled with fire which did not consume, whence came forth the tetragrammaton, the symbol of divine light and truth, is considered in the advanced degrees of Freemasonry, like the Orient in the lower, as the great source of true Masonic light. Wherefore, supreme councils of the 33rd degree date their balusters or official documents near the BB, or burning bush, to intimate that they are, in their own right, the exclusive source of all Masonic instruction. Behind the man with the burning bush is an Egyptian pyramid, the ultimate symbol of the mysteries in occult teachings. A strange feature of the painting is a woman trapped inside a see-through cube hanging from strings. This could represent many things. Maybe she's the common debt slave, stuck in the confines of the material world while being controlled by unseen forces. To the left of her are stairs, apparently leading to the heavens, a classic symbol representing the path of enlightenment through the mysteries of Masonry. In the sky is a black sun, another symbol of an esoteric significance. In alchemy, the black sun, or Sol Niger, is the name of the result of the first stage of the opus magnum. The alchemical magnum opus, or great work, starts with the blackening, which is the calcination of crude metals, and ends with their transmutation into pure gold. A black sun can also be found at the Denver airport on the floor in one area. The middle painting in the bank depicts a chaotic transition society and civilization. In this FEMA camp-like setting, we find military and religious figures, people protesting, and much more. The protesters' signs are blank, telling us that there isn't anything that can be said, or what people want to say doesn't matter. The street signs are also blank, letting us know that there isn't anywhere to go. At the left of the painting is a person wearing a biohazard suit, hinting at some kind of chemical warfare, or perhaps germ warfare, similar to the masked soldier in the Denver mural. At the top of this painting, you see the elite above circling free and naked in their wealth and disgusting power, while being separated from the chaos below via the net and continuing to oversee. If you look closely, they take the shape of a six-pointed star. This represents the synagogue of Satan and the star of their god, Remphan. The final painting depicts the age of rebuilding after the chaos is over. What's left of the slave class is working underground. A worker above with a red cloth in his back pocket contemplates the work done while a giant rests in the hill. The sleeping giant is positioned similarly to that of the child in one of the Denver murals. These Bank of America paintings place heavy emphasis on the color red. This brings to mind the Rothschild family. Rothschild means red shield, and they very well could be in Colorado in this painting. Colorado means the color red, another tie to the Denver airport since Denver is in Colorado. The murals overall seem to correlate with what occultists call the great work, but instead of personal development, this transmutation has to do with humanity undergoing intense chaos as to arrive to an age of harmony and unity under a one world order. Cathedral of St. John the Divine.
This is a
Despite being incomplete, the Cathedral of St. John the Divine is one of the world's largest cathedrals. It was featured on the cover of Masonic World in March of 1925. At the top of the building, in the center, is a pyramid with an all-seeing eye. As you might know, Masonry has been, through the ages, the keeper of the ancient mysteries, which are occult and esoteric teachings only communicated to the initiates. Occultists draw their teachings from ancient Egyptian, Babylonian, Kabbalah, and Gnostic cultures, who predate many centuries the Christian era. Secret societies have been forced to hide the true nature of their philosophies in a veil of Christianity to avoid persecution by the church. Freemasons and their fellow organisms The Rosicrucian Order, the Knights Templar, have all been accused of devil worship and idolatry in Europe. Stonemasons have sculpted numerous scenes that seem oddly out of place for a cathedral. The most striking one is the chilling depiction of the destruction of New York City and its landmarks. The pillar was added in 1997, 4 years before the destruction of the Twin Towers. Other recognizable skyscrapers are the Chrysler Building and the Citigroup Center. On the pillar next to it, we see the...
That's important, dude, because that's what they call the external. Let me back it up for a minute. Hold on. This is what they call the externalization of the hierarchy. They feel like as long as they put in plain sight what they're going to do, it's okay for them to do it. So, like 4 years before that whole 9/11 Twin Towers thing happened, all right? They put this there. You know what I mean? And probably nobody paid attention to it. It just looks like it was probably a piece of the top of a column. You know what I mean? In some building, you know, in the airport somewhere. It probably wasn't that that obvious. It's probably just it mixes in with the other columns. You know, it looks like a design, but then when you pay closer attention, you see what it really is. This is what they do. They hide things in plain sight. And that is what's going on. And they told us 4 years before it was going to happen. There you go. Nobody noticed. And they're probably laughing at us like, ha, 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 these stupid sheep. We can show them right in front of, you know, mocking us. Like, we can show them right in front of their fucking faces. And then they still ain't going to believe that we did it. We went to war over this. We went over to Afghanistan and killed millions of people. Okay. And Iraq and all these Middle Eastern. And then after that, the soldiers came back and millions of soldiers died from suicide and all kinds of they're all mental disorders and all kinds of shit. And it's all over a lie.
Was added in 1997, 4 years before the destruction of the Twin Towers. Other recognizable skyscrapers are the Chrysler Building and the Citigroup Center. On the pillar next to it, we see the Brooklyn Bridge crumbling with cars and buses falling into agitated waters. At the right is the Statue of Liberty, which seems to be sinking in the water. Beneath this horrifying prophecy is the New York Stock Exchange, with people trading goods around it. So what is the purpose of this weird carving? Well, the first thing that needs to be mentioned is the actual St. John the Divine is credited for writing the book of Revelation in the Bible, which describes, in symbolic imagery, the events of the apocalypse. Occultists believe that the book of Revelation has been hermetically coded to reveal its true meaning to the initiates of esoteric teachings. This scene carved on the west entrance of the cathedral depicts New York as being Babylon the Great, the city that gets completely destroyed by the wrath of God.
Babylon the Great is fallen, it has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean...
Who's scrubbing opiates? You, Trisha? You're getting off of opiates? I didn't even know you were on opiates. Good luck, and you can do it. Because you know why? I did it. And if you need any help or any advice, I know what to do. So, I don't know, get in contact with me. I was on opiates for like 20 years. I was on methadone. I kicked it. I've been clean for like 10 years now.
And hateful bird, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
The Statue of Liberty may be the horror that sits on many waters from Revelation 17:1.
I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
The sculpture outside of the cathedral, called the Peace Fountain, basically symbolizes the struggle between good and evil, and features numerous elements we can find in paganism. Sun worship, myth.
Yeah. It usually, you're almost done. If you've been off for a month, it'll probably be like another month. But you know what happened to me, Trisha? after I got off of it, I was still feeling like pains and muscle aches in my back and everything in my joints, right? 6 months later, right? I'm still feeling pains and I can't sleep at night and shit and twisting and turning and, tossing and turning, spinning around and shit. All right. I go in and they tell me I got fibromyalgia. So the whole time I was on methadone, I could have had fibromyalgia and didn't know, you know? And I always thought I was having withdrawals, but I really wasn't. It was the fibromyalgia because it's similar. Or the fibromyalgia is damage from, the jabs. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm fucked. I'm in pain now. I got off of it and I'm in pain and I'm still in pain. And it's been like 10 years and I'm still in pain. You know what? You're never going to feel like Superwoman again. Okay. You're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to come to terms with it. You're never going to feel like Superman again. But you know what? You're going to be more aware in life. You're going to be more pay more attention to the things around you. And you're not going to be like sleeping half the time. You know what I mean? So you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna clear up. It just takes some time. Just keep praying. Keep praying. Everybody pray for Trisha. That stuff is really hot. I got off of it 3 times. Right? The first time I got off of it, I did it in jail. 120 milligrams in a jail cell, cold turkey in Boston. All right. The second time I was like 75 milligrams, and I forget where I did it. I think I got help. I got help and went to a detox, and they got me off. And then the third time, they kicked me off, and I got on Suboxone. I was on Suboxone like 6 times too. Yeah, I was on Suboxone like 6 times. But now I'm off of everything. I stopped taking all that stuff, and I know how to do it. I'm a pro. I'm a pro at getting off that stuff.
Mythical creatures and sun versus moon duality. The sculpture borrows the fantastic, bizarre, and distorted art style of the grotesque. All sorts of animal creatures are emerging from a smiling sun, which represents the basic
And you know what? While we're talking about it, Trisha, the opioid crisis over here, and it was really bad, right? It was real. It was started by the government, Purdue Pharmaceuticals, and all that, and with the OxyContin and everything. But it was bad, right? And it was done to wipe out a whole generation, and they did. And all my friends died. I'm like the last one left. It's amazing. I can't believe it. There might be a few people still out there. Shout out to my old friends. But like there's not that many people left. We all died. So I'm blessed to be here.
Paradigm of sun worship. The idol points to the east. In ancient pagan tradition, a devil head hangs from the bottom, and we can also find a quote from John Lennon saying, "One day, the world will live as one." There's your connection to the one world order out of chaos. This cathedral is home to many strange annual rituals, including the procession of the ghouls that takes place around Halloween, the blessing of the animals, the blessing of the bicycles, and Paul Winter's Winter Solstice celebration, where a famous New Age musician celebrates the winter solstice, one of the most ancient pagan rituals. This cathedral also happens to be the official headquarters of the Temple of Understanding, which is an interfaith effort to steer people away from traditional religions to a more hybrid kind of spirituality based on New Age philosophies. The temple has received full UN accreditation and has played a key role in the spiritual department of the United Nations. 12 individuals listed as directors or advisors of the Temple of Understanding are also members of the United Nations Global Forum Councils. Those forums have received numerous speakers who've openly supported a neo-pagan world religion based on earth worship. So there's your connection to a one-world religion. Illuminati card game.
Trisha, I'm going to give you something that really helps. It's called Jamaican Cersei tea. Do you know about that stuff? Trisha, are you Jamaican? I think you told me once. No, maybe not. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, you can get it on Amazon, but also they sell it at like the Jamaican food stores around here. And it's an herb that grows naturally, and they make tea out of it. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. It's also known as the bitter melon plant. Just look that up, okay? Just look it up yourself. All right? It's cheap. It's not. It's like costs like a couple bucks. Like two. Online, it's a little more expensive. But, all right.
In the 1990s, games designer Steve Jackson created a role-playing game called Illuminati, the Game of Conspiracy. When playing, you take on the role of shadowy puppet masters who make up the ruling elite and members of the Illuminati and other secret societies. Your mission is to launch Black Ops false flag attacks on your own people and generally conspire to act out evil plans to elevate your own wealth and, more importantly, to strengthen your iron-fisted grip on world domination. I'm not going to go over these cards in great detail, but these cards have an amazing track record of coming to fruition. From the Twin Towers and the Pentagon, to many uncanny resemblances of modern public figures. On March 1st, 1990, in an early morning raid with an unlawful and unconstitutional warrant, agents of the United States Secret Service conducted a search of the Steve Jackson Games office. They seized and removed, all in all, 3 computers, 5 hard disks, and more than 300 floppies of software and data. They also seized a book manuscript being prepared for publication. This raid took place before the release of the Illuminati New World Order cards that we're talking about now, although versions of the Illuminati game have been around since the early 80s. The raid came about because Steve Jackson Games employed a hacker named Lloyd Blankenship that was a member of the hacker group, the Legion of Doom. Because of this, the Secret Service believed that Steve Jackson Games was a front for a hacker ring. Though a disturbing amount of the cards from this game have come true over the years, Steve Jackson and his employees deny having any insider information of the Illuminati and the New World Order, claiming that any events that the cards seem to coincide with are purely coincidental. The Economist. The Economist magazine is another entity with a great track record of future predictions that have come true. Either that, or they just know the plan and they encode it on the covers of their magazine. Each year they put out an issue titled The World in, and then whatever year it is. Every time one of these issues comes out, many YouTube channels take a shot at decoding what the cover means and what's to come in the future for humanity. We're briefly going to go over a couple of things in the World in 2019 edition of The Economist. One of the things that stuck out to me was the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that are to the right of the panda bear. As you can see here, one of them is wearing what looks like a medical face mask. This is interesting because at the end of 2019 is when this whole fiasco started. On the head of the masked horseman is a spiked crown, like that of the Statue of Liberty. The word corona is Latin for crown. Besides Event 201, which was a coronavirus simulation that occurred just weeks before the pandemic began, this shows the whole thing is planned. On the top of the globe sits a panda, which are animals located in China, where this so-called outbreak started. Underneath the panda, to the left of the 4 horsemen, is a stork carrying a baby with a barcode. This seems to tie in with the idea of ID 2020, chipping babies at birth with a digital ID. On the bottom left of the cover is an animal known as a pangolin. Now this is fascinating because after the supposed pandemic got going, many news outlets were blaming the spread of the coronavirus on the pangolin. Lots of interesting things on this cover, including the Vitruvian Man holding a cell phone with a QR code, Pinocchio with the long nose, signifying lies, and Donald Trump along with another man having facial recognition used on them. Again, this magazine comes out with a hardcore predictive programming issue every year, and you can find many decodes on all of them. Eurovision 2019. In 2019, Madonna performed at Eurovision, covering one eye with a patch and wearing a crown, or a corona, on her head. The song that she sang contained the lyrics, "Not everyone is coming to the future. Not everyone is learning from the past. Not everyone is coming to the future. Not everyone that's here is gonna last."
Not everyone is coming to the future. Not everyone is learning from the past. Not everyone is coming to the future. Not everyone that's here is gonna last.
All the while, people with gas masks were dancing around her. At one point, Madonna blows a wind of death on the masked people and everyone dies, while the screens in the background show a broken Statue of Liberty. This performance took place in May of 2019, 6 months before the news started ringing the bell on the current pandemic. Fast forward to the recent post on her Instagram account where she had this to say.
That's the thing about COVID-19. It doesn't care about how rich you are, how famous you are, how funny you are, how smart you are, where you live, how old you are, what amazing stories you can tell. It's the great equalizer. And what's terrible about it is what's great about it. What's terrible about it is it's made us all equal in many ways. And what's wonderful about it is that it's made us all equal in many ways.
If anything about the virus was real in any way, it wouldn't be wonderful by any means.
Good call. I like the way you put it.
Conclusion. There are several reasons that the elite put all this symbolism out in the open for the masses to see. One is predictive programming, as we've gone over. Predictive programming says, once the masses are exposed to a shocking idea, they are less shocked and more accepting when it actually happens. Second, the elite believe in karmic laws. If the masses are properly warned, and if they willingly accept what is happening, the elite are relieved of any bad karma. Third, putting their ideas on display for everyone to witness gives their plans the energy needed to bear fruit. It's like the old saying, where thoughts go, energy flows. Finally, symbols rule the world. Throughout history, the symbolism of those in power has always been littered all across society. One thing is for sure. For centuries, these secret orders have been very careful and calculated in the moves toward their ultimate dream of a one-world rule. But over the past 2 decades, they seem to have switched gears in order to advance their agendas at lightning speed. This is because of the internet. People have been able to share things with each other at the click of a mouse, and more people are waking up at a much faster pace. This turned out to be a blow to the occult elite that they weren't ready for. The Great Awakening is upon us, and they are doing everything they possibly can to put a stop to it. As you can tell, with everything that's going on. More on that in future videos. This has been ODD. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, so this isn't my video. I'm not trying to take credit for ODD's video. This is ODD TV. He's huge. He's part of my community. We're all in the same community. We're all on the same team here. We're all working together to get this information out. So I don't really have his link. Could one of my mods please put ODD's link in the chat, please, so everybody can sub him in all the chats. The chat on Michelle L. Put it on the chat in Odyssey. Everywhere. Put ODD's links in my chat, please. Thank you.
And check out other videos on this channel. Also, consider becoming a Patreon and keeping me afloat while I continue to make videos based on my research. Any and all support is highly appreciated. Thanks again.
Thank you, ODD. We you know,
If not, they still fall in line with the agenda.
all right. So for a while, you know, I've been following ODD for a while. I'm an ODD fan. I'm a rapper. So when I came to the community, he was like one of the first ones that kind of like reached me because I was into rap. So obviously ODD, I was like, yeah, this is awesome. You know, he's good. He has his own little style. I like it. It's kind of like old school. It kind of reminds me of like old school. I know he listens to like Cool Keith. I like Cool Keith. I do. I'm a Cool Keith fan. So we're on the same. Me and ODD are on the same page. All right. Well, I hope maybe one day I'll do a song with you, ODD, because I can rap my ass off. Contact me. I made the Flat Earth Anthem. That's me. So anyway, basically, I forgot. Now I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, so so I get the feeling that ODD, right? He makes music videos and he makes documentaries like that, right? But his documentaries are so good. When I play them, everybody loves them. Nobody's seen them before. What the fuck? Why haven't anyone seen them before? And I saw in one of his videos or maybe in his comments somewhere I seen him saying, like, people were saying like, make more music. He was making like documentaries for a while, and people were like want to make music. Like, people aren't paying attention to his documentaries, you know? Like, his documentaries are awesome. Watch his documentaries. Don't just pay attention to his music. His music is great too. All right, so we'll go to break real quick before I play the next part, and I'll play one of his songs. All right, we'll play some ODD. All right, we'll play his music. We'll do it all for him today. All right.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. What you're seeing here is a mirage.
A lie is a lie, and it don't matter how many dumb sheeple believe it. And the truth is the truth, hiding right out in plain sight, and still people don't see it. Man, this shit got me heated, and I won't stop till the elite are being defeated. They keep us deceived about everything that we think, and they keep it a secret. What we're taught is not conducive with reality. Big bang, evolution, and there's gravity. I tell the truth, and then these motherfuckers laugh at me, telling me the earth is Photoshop because it has to be. Most people accept the deception happily, but what they're doing to us all is a tragedy. God created the heavens and the earth in a verse, but we're living in a famous on the galaxy. They say we're monkeys on a ball flying through outer space, but there's no proof. It seems to have vanished without a trace. NASA and other agencies falling down from grace. You can take that bullshit pseudoscience and get out my face. I'm the antisocial type. You're a government prototype. That's why you make it a point to tell me that I'm crazy every time you're angry, cause you know I'm right. I'm standing outside the house of cards about to watch it fall. No more living on a cartoon ball. Horizon means horizontal. Indoctrination is awful because you're taught the globe model. Ever since y'all could crawl, we follow rapists and murderers, liars, thieves, and sun worshippers, saying we can't see curvature cause we're all too small. And though it's never been proven, they say we're ripping and shooting. The earth is spinning and moving. Oh no, not at all. It's a criminal enterprise where deception intensifies. Assholes got us all living like on a cartoon ball.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be. What you're seeing here is a mirage.
They say that we went to the moon 6 times, but pure BS is the way that smelled. Now they're telling us that we can't even leave the planet because of the Van Allen radiation belt. Yeah, okay, sure. NASA, what you lying for? You lying now, you lied before. I can't take this anymore. The only thing they took to space was your imagination. Fake aliens are coming, now they have you waiting. We need to do something about it, no procrastination. Trying to cause the masses to awaken, that's the path I'm taking. But you can see if you check all the percentages, so many people having cognitive dissonance. But that's what happens at the loss of your innocence. Then you get involved with all of this wickedness. They try to do all the humans this way. So are they just idiots? Who is to say? Conditioned by the television, it makes your decisions, opinions, and you just obey. Stuck in the material domain of Satan, where everything in each and every day is pagan. Mandela effect, cause the game is changing. People waking up and now the cage is shaking. The earth is flat, and that is a universal fact. If it isn't that, then tell me where the fuck the curve is at. They tell us that we can't see it because we're all too small, and now we're spinning on a cartoon ball. Horizon means horizontal. Indoctrination is awful because you're taught the globe model. Ever since y'all could crawl, we follow rapists and murderers, liars, thieves, and sun worshippers, saying we can't see curvature cause we're all too small. And though it's never been proven, proven. They say we're ripping and shooting. The earth is spinning and moving. Oh no, no, not at all. It's a criminal enterprise where deception intensifies. Assholes got us all living like on a cartoon ball.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison for your mind.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. What you're seeing here is a mirage. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has to be. What you're seeing here is a mirage.
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
ODD TV.
Your soul.
We want your soul. We want your soul. We want your soul. We want your soul. We want your soul. We want your soul. We want your soul. We want your soul. Your phone. We want your soul. Your phone. We want your soul. Your phone. We want your soul.
I just took a nice long break. What's going on, Singe? How you doing? Because this next part we're about to get into is really, really deep. It's really long and it's really deep. So I took a nice long break. What's going on, Singe? What are you doing? I seen you pop back in. He was here. All right. It's fine. Take your time. I'll just move on to the next thing. Let me know when you're back. All right. Well, let me give the chat a shout out real quick. Let me see. Who do we got here? Who do we got in this place? Shout out to Chris M, Trisha C, Mr. Super Sidewinder. All right. We have Nightbot, RT. I always give a shout out to her, Nightbot. My Nightbot is a woman because she complains a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, Jason Starr, Aaron James, Salted Cedar. You made music videos for ODD Salted Cedar? I saw that comment. Miss Mays. This is Miss Mays, okay? That's who that is, all right? She needs to put her channel back. Stop the shit. All right? Then we got just like I told Hugh TV. Hugh TV's back now. Because I kept telling him, Hugh TV, shout out to Hugh TV. Hugh TV, you got to bring your channel back, buddy. Come on. Cut the shit. Forever love. You can't let YouTube stop you. You can't let them discourage you. No, fuck them. Just make another channel. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if you lost your subs and your videos? Make more videos. Just live stream all the time like me. Find the time to do it. Enjoy it. You know what I've been doing? Man, you guys have no idea. I've been so busy lately. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing the other thing. I'm going to meetings, going to public. I'm on the news. I'm making music. You guys have no idea. This is amazing. Yeah. I don't really know much about that, honestly. But whatever works. You just got to let time pass, you know. Warm and cold showers help, you know, like if certain temperatures of water helps. Like if you feel sweaty, go take a cold shower or a hot shower, depending on which feels better. Take a lot of showers. Sean Osborne. Even if you don't need a shower, I'm saying it helps when you're detoxing off that shit. And you really got to really want to do it, and you can't back down, no matter how hard it gets. Because you know why? It's a disease that eats away at you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's cunning, baffling, and insidious. and it wants you alone. And then when it gets you alone, it wants you dead. And it's in your brain. It's a disease of the brain. And what it's trying to do is kill you. So you need to fight it. Yeah. Well, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I just have a lot of experience with it. A lot. Like probably more experience, like hands-on experience than a doctor. Like I have Narcan training. I was trained. Okay. I'm old school. So I'm still here somehow. All right, so we're gonna move into the next section now. All right, here we go. This is and this is gonna stir up some pots. Some people might get a little triggered or bent out of shape from the community. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, this is a documentary that was made years and years and years ago, before any drama started with anybody. All right, and this is
With this video, I'm going to cover many topics.
Russian vids, all right? And I was a mod for Russian vids. I don't know why I'm not a mod for. I mean, my channel got taken down. So Russian vids, you need to remod my channel, please. Thank you. And here we go.
Covering the world deception. When the Bible states how Satan deceives the whole world, this is very literal. That includes the churches only giving you half-truths. You watch the news, you get nothing but lies. Understand the foundation. Again, how Satan deceives the whole world. People need to understand this is very literal. I mean, Christians, a lot of Christians, they can't grasp how literal this is. Let's take a look here at the foundation. I've talked about the number 33 many times in my presentations. I'm going to connect all the dots where it talks about in the Bible how a third part of the stars of heaven were cast down to earth. It's all going to make sense with the number 33. First, let's take a look at the very beginning of the Bible where it talks about creation. This is a very important topic I've covered many times with the flat earth. This is your foundation. People don't understand the foundation, then you're going to be completely led off course. This is the foundation, the flat earth, the biblical flat earth. It states in the Bible how the sun and the moon are within the firmament. Okay, this is biblical. For Christians that watch this and you believe science where the sun is supposedly 93 million miles away, the moon is supposedly 238,000 miles away, just look at your Bible for the answers. Don't listen to your preacher and pastor who won't give you this truth. It states here in Genesis 1:14, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let there be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Okay? Talks about also how there's a firmament. It's strong and as molten looking glass. It states here, the firmament, as you can see here, the firmament, biblical cosmology, the firmament is the structure above the atmosphere conceived as a vast solid dome. So again, here's your firmament mentioned in the very beginning of the Bible in Genesis, and the two lights are underneath. So again, if you go along with science and you believe the moon and the sun are beyond the firmament, this is where the deception starts. If you can't get past this, you're going to be deceived. When the foundation is a lie with the science books, everything else after is a lie as well. There's another image here. The biblical firmament with the heavens above the waters. Talks about in the Bible, the waters above and the waters below. Everything, again, about science is the exact opposite. The Bible states the earth is immovable, how the sun moves, how the stars fall to earth. And this is key. Very important to understand. There's nothing that can get within the firmament. No asteroids, no meteors, no comets. All a hoax. Bible talks about creation of the earth. Planets are not mentioned. Planets are nothing more than stars within the firmament. And stars are the key to this video.
The word Sorry about that. I just had to fix my audio got fucked. Thank you, Melanie. What's up, Melanie? How you doing today, Melanie? Am I doing a good stream, Melanie? Is it all right? How's it going? What's the judge? What's going on? How's it going? Everybody enjoying this? Yeah. All right. Cool. Oh no, Melanie, you're late. You're gonna have to stay after class. I have like 300 pencils that need to be sharpened, Melanie. It's like a case of pencils. There might actually be a few thousand, but I don't have a sharpener, so you got to do it with like a blade yourself manually. So Christian Knapp can do a Rubik's cube in like four or five moves. He completes the whole fucking Rubik's cube. If you ever seen, it's amazing. If you ever seen Christian Knapp do a Rubik's cube, has anyone ever seen Christian Knapp do a Rubik's cube before? Anybody here? I have. He was trying to teach me how to do it last night. Fucking impossible. Impossible. There he is. What's up, Christian? I took a nice Christian nap on the couch, and I woke up and I felt better. I felt truly blessed. The video is muted. How long is it? How long has it been muted for, Sarah? Is it just started got muted right now? They're fucking with my sound. Was it muted the whole time? Tell me the truth. Should I just start this thing over? Do over. No, I'm just joking. I'm not gonna start the whole thing over. I'll just hold on. I obviously know what I'm doing. They obviously did that to me on purpose. Pieces of shit. Come on, make your shit work, StreamYard. We're paying you. It's the community that pays, not me. The community supports me enough that I can pay for the StreamYard. You guys pay for the StreamYard. That's why I let everybody use it. I let tons of people from the community use it.
Now, take a look here at this one image as well from the same website. Talking about, again, meteorites, asteroid impact, which create stars. You might think this is ridiculous. Take a look at this article. Diamonds can form in outer space. Okay, this is from BBC. They tell you outer space, but once again, everything is within the firmament. As I mentioned before, nothing beyond the firmament besides the waters above in heaven. So,
Okay, so he believes that the firmament is made out of diamonds. I don't believe that the firmament's made out of diamonds. I don't. I believe the firmament is some sort of natural, maybe it's water or ice or some sort of different type of like hard water that's keeping everything out. And sometimes it lets the waters through and things flood. But and it can sail up on its own. It's like I think it's a natural thing that the earth does. But he thinks it's made out of diamonds. The Freemasons might believe it, you know. But he makes a pretty good case. Watch, he makes a pretty good case. He connects it to baseball and everything.
again, falling stars are literal falling stars, not from so-called meteors or asteroids like I mentioned. And again, the whole entire concept of these stars that create diamonds. This is the key to this video and to understanding this whole entire concept. When you go back to Genesis, how Satan was cast out, the devil, in 1/3, the third or 1/3, which is 33, of the stars of heaven were cast to earth. You'll understand, again, these are stars from the sky, and this is why you have the 33rd degree in Freemasonry. The highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is the 33% of the fallen angels, 1/3 of the fallen angels. And this is why diamond is also 33 in numerology. So it all adds up. We're stars and diamonds. Basically, diamonds come from stars that impact the earth. That's what it's all about. Now, a very important point I want to make when it comes to pyramids. Pyramids are not what people think they are. They're not what they've been told. It all comes down to pyramids are nothing more than diamonds. That's what it's all about. They're diamonds in the sand. Taking a look at this, I found this very interesting right here, where it talks about the pyramids, in particular Khufu's Great Pyramid at Giza. The geometry of Khufu's Great Pyramid at Giza is even more sophisticated than first perceived. At first glance, from the very first aerial photographs from the 1920s, it became clear that the pyramid was not set on a square base. Rather, it has a diamond or star-shaped plan. So there you go. These are nothing more, again, than diamonds in the sand. I find this very interesting, very fascinating. So now you take a look at more present day in the hidden diamonds in plain sight. These pyramids, diamonds, one and the same with Pope Benedict here. Take a look. Don't see it. These are basically 2D pyramids. As you can see here, the Great Pyramid and the Templar's Cross. Okay, just fold it in. This is 2D top view of a pyramid to make the Great Pyramid. Now, taking a look at these images. First up, before I show anything regarding the Catholic Church, take a look here at this Arco logo, Arco gas station. You'll see this all the time. Don't realize what this is. This is a top view of the so-called Illuminati pyramid, again, which is nothing more than a top view of a diamond. And this is duality here, basically. The top view of a pyramid within a pyramid, which are, again, nothing more than diamonds. Taking a look at this image from a Catholic church, where you see two representations of the so-called pyramid, which, again, are diamonds. Standard view with the all-seeing eye, and again, the top view of the so-called pyramid or diamond for all to see, like I showed here. They are one and the same. Now, getting back into Freemasonry, we're all been told this is the all-seeing eye within a pyramid. See the...
Okay, guys. I gotta end the stream. I'm sorry. We'll continue from. We'll pick up from right here. Okay, 10 minutes in. This is the Russian Vids documentary, Freemasons, Architects of Deception. Okay, so you guys could look it up if you want and watch the rest of it yourself. But I have something that I need to do. So I'm gonna have to end the stream. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna play a few songs to get out of here. All right. All right. Hold on one sec. Right. All right. Let me see what I got here.
You're broken down and tired of thinking that we live on a merry-go-round. There's no curve at the horizon, but there's truth. If you set your ego down, you'll prove you're being lied to. It's so easy to prove you're being lied to. So wise up to the lies being told. Wise up, the lies are crushing your soul. Wise up, do it time and time again. Wise up, go against the grain. Wise up, ignore the insane. Wise up, and do it time and time again. For truth, for truth, for truth, for truth, yeah. Been deceived by some crazies. It's deep within your brain, cause the story's been ingrained since we were babies. It's simple to observe, the horizon has no curve, but you remain blinded. 8 inches per mile square, you should see it everywhere, but you'll never find it. And then you're brainwashed. I was there too, in a flock of sheep. You're in super deep, you're brainwashed. You'll believe fantasy you'll never ever see. Broken down and tired, thinking that we live on a merry-go-round. There's no curve at the horizon, but there's truth. If you set your ego down, you'll prove you're being lied to. It's so easy to prove you're being lied to. So wise up to the lies.
Hey, Miss Mays.
Wise up.
Happy early fuck the fucking fuckers Friday.
Wise up and do it time and time again. Wise up, go against the grain. Wise up, ignore the insane. Wise up, and do it time and time again. For truth, for truth.
We do it for truth, y'all. Peace.